726, and we've heard from the border czar at long last. Of course, it's on Roe v. Wade, which was a joke and actually a farce to begin with. Said, this is the time to fight for women, for our country, with everything that we have. Andrew Donaldson, writer, commentator, managing editor of Ordinary Times, is with us. And Andrew, this is about everything but ordinary. I'm thinking, what's going on, pal? Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
All right, sir. What do you think? We finally hear from the border czar. She came out of her from the Witness Protection Program or whatever.
Well, mostly this is just her hollering because there's absolutely nothing she can do about any of this. Everything that goes on now is going to be absolutely automatic. The court cases, when this comes out, that they're going to legislate, these are all set in stone. They're getting ready. They've already been written. They're going to put all these out. That's all automatic. 26 states already have their stuff put out. That's all automatic. This stuff, there's nothing in this process that the White House can do absolutely anything about, but it's an election year. They need to get their fundraising up. They need to get their engagement up. They saw a nice bump on Tuesday, so she's going to say, we're going to fight, even though there's absolutely nothing of this fight that she has anything and any control over whatsoever.
Well, that's the amazing thing, and of course, the people in the media, most of them haven't darkened the door of a civics class. The group that we have reporting now, for the most part, and a lot of people, I think, have the impression that this is going to outlaw abortion, and it's nothing of the sort.
No. Here's what's going to happen: is it's going to go to the states because all the Supreme Court does. The Supreme Court does not make law. I hate to do 101 here, but we don't have great civic, The Supreme Court interprets law. It rules whether the laws are constitutional or not. They rule whether they have precedent or not. This is going to go to the states. So basically abortion is going to go to like alcohol and like firearms. Each state's going to have a little bit different law. Now, you can argue the good or the bad of that, and we have been for 40-plus years, and we will for the next 40 years. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to go to the states. Now, the states, 26 of them already have laws on the books in case Roe v. Wade goes down. 13 of them have automatic triggers. The rest have, future dates, or the legislature has to meet and discuss it or whatever. And let's be honest, it's an election year, so every single state legislature is going to visit this because, again, this is the biggest fundraising item both sides have, to be fair. That's what's getting ready to happen now. And, again, this is all baked in the process. We knew this was coming in June because the court holds their big rulings usually till the end of the term. So we're doing this about 3 or 4 weeks early, but it really shouldn't surprise anybody because we kind of knew this was coming. So let's be adults here. All of these narratives, all of this rhetoric, all of these talking points, all this stuff was already ready to go in June. We're just doing it early because of the quote-unquote leak. That wasn't a leak because we've all done media long enough. We know there's no such thing as a leak.
Well, the last time there was a leak like this, Noah built a boat. But nevertheless, Andrew Donaldson here, managing editor of Ordinary Times. Andrew, this was done on purpose. They're getting exactly the reaction that they wanted to. This was something that was sacred about and the trust of the Supreme Court. And they should know by now who did this, because there's only a handful of people that they could go to, and by now the lie detector tests and everything else, and the truth serum test should be over by now.
Yeah, Marshal of the Supreme Court has been an online meme for years because the really crazy conspiracy people talk about the Marshal of the Supreme Court. We had a Marshal of the Supreme Court sighting in the wild. Chief Justice Roberts actually said, I'm going to get the Marshal of the Supreme Court on it. That just tickled everybody that's been on social media. We will know in short order who this was. This was not a justice. A justice did not do this. This was one of the clerks. We know it was one of the clerks because only the justices and the clerks. If you actually read the document, which I encourage everybody to do, it is stamped first draft. It's actually highlighted in yellow. And up on the right-hand corner, if you look at the document, it has the routing where they pass it around. These are working drafts. The justices write these and they pass them around so they can write their dissents and their concurrences based off of it. This is probably not what the final draft's going to look at because this was dated February. They would have already worked on it. Mm-hmm. That means there's only the 45 clerks, not the support staff. Only the justices and those 45 clerks would have access to that because that's a private document amongst the justices. So it's one of 45 people. We're going to find out in short order because here's what's going to happen. That person is going to be a pariah in the legal community. They're going to lose their law license. They're going to be disbarred. However, and I'm going to assume here that it was probably somebody on the progressive side because that makes more sense, but this would also apply on the conservative side as well.
Sure.
If it was a progressive person, this person is going to be legend the second their name comes out. They're going to get lambasted by the right, and they're going to lose their law career. They're going to be Bob Woodward legend as far as the media goes because they are going to be sanctified. They're going to have a nice golden parachute. You talked about Noah's Ark. They're going to get more than a boat. They're going to have book deals. They're going to have movies made about them. They're not going to miss any meals, although they're going to have a lot of media mess to navigate. The person that did it, remember, every one of almost all the Supreme Court justices were Supreme Court clerks. This is a big deal. This is the elite that gets the clerk of the Supreme Court. This is somebody that really knows what they're doing, that's a really sharp individual. This is a very calculated thing for them to give up a career that they had spent their life to this point to do. They know what's going on. They've already had this pre-laid out. We both do media. We know how this works. You don't take this to Bob at Bob's Gazette. They brought this to somebody. They knew at Politico. There was a relationship there. They probably had their agent ahead of time already ready to go. This was planned. We're going to know in short order who it was because the media rollout and the PR package is going to come the second the name comes out.
Andrew Donaldson, always a pleasure as usual. Erudite comments as usual. Where do we go for more information?
Ordinary-times.com is where I write. I have my own show. It's not on the level of yours, but we're trying really, really hard. Heard Tell, it's on terrestrial radio, also all the podcasting platforms. You really want to watch it on YouTube so you can see my beautiful office space, not so much me, but we have a nice little background there. Heard Tell show, check it out. Always a joy to be with you, my friend. Looking forward to doing it again soon.
Amen to that. And yes, thank you very much. Those erudite comments as usual. And of course, thanks for stroking the ego this morning. We set the bar pretty high here. So thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it, sir.
Want to make sure I get invited back. I know how to do this. I butter biscuits, my friend. Take care.
Take care.